Fox is double. The Spurs come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Tim, and maybe I'm asking the wrong.
They've got Johnson. He's out there with Castle. And it's Fox in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Fox. We saw him with 29 points in his last game. Quinn, no good.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Thanks as always, Allie. Great report. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
RJ, San Antonio's seen a surge in popularity. Spurs jerseys seem to be everywhere these days.
Yeah, they call that the Wemby effect. When a team has a generational talent like Victor, a lot of new fans come on board. And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open. I'll tell you one thing about MP. The man's got style.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Can. Fox with the ball. No made baskets yet. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Down low, looking.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They've got Cameron Johnson. Also, Stephon Castle out there. And it's Fox in a two-guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of them.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder really lit up the floor. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he also turned in a season high in the rebound department. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. Greg, how impressive...
Here's Fox. Hasn't gotten one. To fall yet? Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort, look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels.
Four stones in the LDs at the bottom. GA certified before I was GIA certified. Mr. M and Cash, anytime you see me.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. They've got Castle, also Johnson out there. And it's Fox in at the 2-guard spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career. So I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Holmgren, he's checked in for Jared Allen. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Black. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against Oklahoma City was all business.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid over-helping?
It's a great question, BA, and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is...
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, Fox and Castle are their guards. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Johnson. And it's Reese in at the 3. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play. And I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Oklahoma City was all business. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys?
Here's Fox. We saw him with 29 points in his last game. On the floor for the Warriors. Walker out there with Holmgren. Then it's MP. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Bufkin in at the 2. Now here's Fox.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jarris Walker out there with Chet Holmgren. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then it's MP. And it's Bufkin in at the shooting guard. Stan, the basketball term, finish the cut. What happens when you don't do that?
Well, two things. Things can happen on that, Kevin. Number one, when you don't finish the cut, you slow down and you...
I can see that from a mile away. See it. You can step my mother about a mile away. Stack it. I got three white like a mink coat with them rolls like a Sharpay. And all of my call them Barbies. She looking back like I'm flexing, baby, no way. And lately I've been on that. We got London on the train.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
On the floor for the Warriors. They've got MP, Jarris Walker out there with Holmgren. Then there's Brandon Podziemski, and it's Bufkin in at the shooting guard position. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA.
And so Fox will bring it up for San Antonio. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jarris Walker out there with Holmgren. Then there's Brandon Podziemski.
Here's Reese. Still without a bucket. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Cameron Johnson out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Reese in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
He's been held scoreless tonight, really just unable to make any sort of impact.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And yes, another basket.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair. He didn't have his feet planted.
Harper, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Substitution on the court.
Now Fox. We saw him with 29 points in his last game. The 3 is up.
Here's Fox. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. They've got Harper. Wembanyama's out there with Johnson. And it's Fox. And it's Reese in at the 3. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. So, Tim, when you look at the current landscape of the NBA, the talent level seems to be at an all-time high.
Well, Kevin, there are more high-level shot makers in this league than ever before as guys continue to add shooting range and creativity with their handle.
And they got to be always evolving, right? I mean, you cannot rest on what you've done.
Well, the league now emphasizes high-level shot making more than they ever have.
On the floor for the Warriors, we've got Brandon Pajemski.
I see what's going on. Don't be all confused and shocked now. Yo, I'll be out what it is, Al.
The Gladiator.
You already know, Harlem and Jersey.
Like that.
They be mad when the street, but when it don't matter, we gon'
And so it's San Antonio with it. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Pajemski out there with Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder was outstanding. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Excellent report, Allie.
And here are the Spurs now. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Let me shoot my shot. Just let me shoot my shot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Pajemski out there with Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. So Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points.
On offense, here is San Antonio. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
And that was a gut punch. To come up short after battling through 2 overtimes, they poured a lot of sweat into that game and came away with nothing to show for it.